Karen, you're going to tell us your full name,
Karen.
and also you're going to spell it out just so we have everything clear, and then we're just going to introduce yourself, tell us maybe what you do, and why we're here today.
Okay.
And you can just look at me the whole time.
Okay.
So Karen, thanks so much for being here. Please, say your name and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Karen Duncan, KarenDuncan. I am 59. I'm a former registered nurse, and I'm a medical malpractice defense attorney. I've had migraines for probably 10 or 15 years, and they got progressively worse. And I didn't realize how they were affecting me, but I was in pain a lot of the time, and I was able to work, which is a blessing because a lot of people can't even work. But being in pain is makes you, I think, a less comfortable person to be with. And I found Dr. Tesler really simply because a friend of mine saw something on television and emailed me. He had just come to New Orleans. I understood that he'd just come. And because of my background, I did all the research, read every study, and I was convinced that there was a good chance that this would help me, and it did.
Okay, and so now tell me about your consultation when you met with Dr. Tesler, and then why you decided to move forward with the procedure.
Well, when I met with him, it was really kind of amusing. He said, "Come in when you have a migraine," and my migraines were typically in my forehead, and I did. I came in, and he gave me an injection directly into this nerve, and my migraine instantaneously disappeared. And I sat straight up and I said, "What did you just do?" And he said, "Isn't that a great party trick?" And we high-fived each other. And that's true. But it really I've never seen nothing makes your migraine go completely, leave in 1 second. And so that convinced me that surgery would probably be effective.
Okay, and so now tell me about a little bit more in depth of some of the symptoms you would experience, like when you felt this migraine coming on, and how it really affected your day-to-day when it would happen.
My migraines, there were two aspects to it. One was the migraine, and one was the medication that I took to control the migraines, which had by themselves all this array of side effects. The migraines made it difficult to concentrate. And the medications that I was taking, which was anti-epileptics, have a tendency to make you lose words, which is not a good thing in my profession. I remember once I was trying to take a deposition, and I had a full-on migraine, and someone was working on the roof above us, and I was trying to take this woman's testimony, and I just couldn't concentrate. It was really a terrible situation. I couldn't wait to get out of there. The medications, I didn't realize how they were affecting me till I quit taking them. And I felt my speech was more fluid, and I was able to express myself more easily than I could during the time that I was taking them. The anti-epileptics, I had been going up and up on the dose, and gradually these symptoms were recurring. And I didn't even realize how they were affecting me till I was able to get off that medication.
Okay, and so now let's move forward to you meeting with Dr. Tesler. You were obviously very confident in moving forward with the procedure. So tell me about the day of the procedure and post-operatively how you feel.
The procedure went well. I didn't have any difficulties. When I was a nurse, I was an operating room nurse and a recovery room nurse in ICU, and so I knew what to expect. And I was, pretty bruised up at first. But it resolved fairly quickly, and with very, very little pain. And within a week, I was able to go back to work.
And how's your life after the procedure? I mean, has it worked? Are you experiencing any migraines, slight headaches?
I have occasional migraines, but they are a much milder quality and more easily controlled. In the past, before surgery, I would have a migraine, I would take the medicine, it would just sort of punch it down a little bit, and I would, but I'd continue on, but it really was never gone. It would last for 2 or 3 days. Now I can take a tiny bit of medicine, it's gone completely, and I feel completely clear. So it's made a big difference in my life.
So would you recommend this procedure to other people who have experienced migraines for a long time?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, you know, of women in my age group, it's got to be 10 or 15% of the people I know get migraines. I've had calls from strangers who said a friend of a friend of a friend told me about it. Tell me about your surgery. So yeah, I would recommend it.
That's awesome. You were perfect. We got everything we need from you.
Good.
You're next, sir.
Okay.